So, I got through the Ring Goes South chapter of Lord of the Rings. I took a little bit of a break from reading it because I was waiting for my friend to catch up with me because she was stuck on the Council of Elrond chapter, as many readers get stuck at that point, so that was totally fair. It is an obscenely long chapter, like I said, and in that chapter, Bilbo stands up thinking he's the one who's going to go on that quest. He's like, I know what you're asking. I'm ready to go. And they're just like, old man, sit your ass down. You're 128 years old and you couldn't even defeat dinner last night. All right. Frodo is going. So the Ring Goes South chapter is divided into two major sections. The first section is interminable waiting at Rivendell, in case there hasn't been enough of that, where they're waiting for Elrond's scouts to make sure the way is clear. Frodo is keen on going, and Gandalf and Aragorn decide they're going to go as well, so he's really relieved about that. But also, at one point, Elrond is just like, I'm also going to send a couple of my strongest elf warriors, and then Merry and Pippin are like, but what about us? And so he's just like, fine, okay, I'll send two useless hobbits along because there aren't enough hobbits already on this quest. It's almost as if they're not taking this seriously, but anyway, yeah. So Merry and Pippin are taking the place of warriors and competent people. Anyway, so they better pull their weight, and so the journey begins. They go south to this mountain pass. There's a lot of strategizing. It doesn't feel at all like the walking of the hobbits from earlier in the book. It feels a lot more epic. The stakes are a lot higher now, and we get all these characters to get introduced to, including Boromir, who is one of my favorite characters in all of Lord of the Rings. Not because I would get along with him or anything, but because he brings some conflict into the Fellowship. There's all these stoic men characters like Legolas and Aragorn and all this stuff, but they're pretty flat. They don't really have a lot of inner turmoil, so Boromir brings a lot to the table in terms of drama and stuff like that. So I'm very thankful that he's along for the ride, although the rest of the Fellowship won't be. But anyway, before I read Lord of the Rings again for this, I did a major hike. I was on the Inca Trail, which is 4 days of hiking through mountains and camping and all this stuff. And so I'm bringing a lot of that experience with me into this journey here. And as they're planning their route through the mountains, I'm getting a little bit of nostalgia thinking about it. And I'm going to get even more of that in the next chapter as they enter Moria, which is my favorite location in Lord of the Rings. I love mountains and I love caves and tunnels. I think I'm a dwarf at heart, and it's not just because I'm 5'6". So I'm really looking forward to that. Now, this chapter was quite slow in places, but it's fine compared to the previous chapter. Follow along as I continue.